that is bad. That is a myth that needs to go away. I went to medical school. You went to medical school. I do not remember learning jack about nutrition.
Nothing.
I could probably draw you the Krebs cycle, yet I know nothing about macros and proper nutrition. And I think that is a great disservice to medical professionals. I think someone with a pay grade higher than mine needs to revamp the medical school curriculum to include a block on nutrition and healthy eating and longevity, and not just dealing with pathophysiology.
Something that I used to think was calorie counting, right? Oh, if you're under X amount of calories, that's all that matters. But I don't think all calories are created equal. You can have 1,500 calories of crap, or you can have 1,500 calories of good nutrient dense food. So I don't think that calorie counting in and of itself is a good eating habit. I think you need to be... What's one nutrition belief that you used to think was accurate, but you've totally ditched it now that you're older and wiser?
Oh my gosh, there's so many.
I am so excited to talk about one of our very first sponsors on the podcast. Tiffany is already a huge fan, and I am a new fan of Timeline Nutrition's MitoPure gummies. If this is your year to look and feel younger and to have more energy and to be the strongest version of yourself, you are absolutely gonna love Timeline's MitoPure. Cellular health is the foundation to all of these goals. And in order to maximize your cellular health, urolithin A supplementation should definitely be in your toolkit. MitoPure is a precise dose of urolithin A, and it works by promoting essential cellular cleanup, a process that clears out all the dysfunctional mitochondria that's not being as effective as it could be. MitoPure by Timeline is the only urolithin A on the market that's clinically proven to target the effects of age-related cellular decline. It literally makes me look and feel younger, have more energy, and gain more muscle strength faster. In several studies, MitoPure's been shown to deliver double-digit increases in muscular strength and endurance without making any changes to your exercise program. Yay! Win-win! I take the gummies daily to look and feel my best and to maximize my muscle strength and gains. I feel stronger with my workouts, and I feel like I recover quickly after working out. Plus, I have more energy. And just for our listeners, Timeline is offering 20% off of our order. All you have to do is go down to the show notes and click on the link, or go to timeline.com/scrubs.
Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Scrubs and Stilettos with me, Dr. Nicole Martin.
And me, Dr. Tiffany Moon.
I'm excited about today's topic because anyone who knows me knows that I have always been into wellness, fitness, and, trying to eat as healthy as possible. And I'm always getting messages from followers and listeners about, what is it that you eat in a day? Can you share what you take to work? So today, I think people are going to love that we are going to be tackling nutrition and different diet fads and different diet trends. Tiff, is there anything that you do in terms of a special diet?
Okay, I'm going to be real honest with you. I've always been blessed with a high metabolism. So my whole life I've been skinny, but skinny does not mean healthy. In my 20s, in my 30s, I ate terribly. I had lunch in the form of some sort of bar. I had lattes, frappuccinos, cake, fast food. I did not eat well. I'm just going to go ahead and put that out there. But in the last few years, I've really taken an interest in my health and wellness, and I have been learning so much. I have, so many books back here about health, longevity, and nutrition. So I am also learning all of this as we go. And the good thing is that I'm willing to be a guinea pig. Well, hold on. Let me say that again. I'm willing to be a guinea pig. So if there's some sort of diet or some sort of supplement or product, I am so willing to try it and share my experience with our listeners.
Oh, same. You name the diet trend. I have certainly tried it all over the years. So we're going to break it down. Before we get started, if you are not subscribed or following us, make sure you do that so that you never miss an episode and you can help us keep growing our show. And before we dive into the nutrition topic, let's do a little hot tea take. Tiff, do you have any piping hot tea for the listeners?
I mean, it's piping hot in the fact that I just deleted the Uber app off of my phone. I will never take Uber again. I had such a bad experience when I was
about what happened in Miami.
Yes, girl. And
that was so scary. Why don't you give everybody a rundown?
Okay, let me give you like the brief rundown because I don't want to hash the whole thing out. So I was in Miami, mostly to lecture at the University of Miami. I gave a grand rounds, but also to see my bestie Nikki and get this podcast going in person because we really wanted to come out of the gates strong. And we thought that the in-person synergy would be the best way to do it.
Which so I was like, by the way.
Yes, we're going to get together again. We're remote right now, but we're going to get together again. Worry not. So we filmed a podcast. Then I have to, and I came straight from the airport with my luggage. We had my luggage open and, I'm changing in the bathroom. Okay, we finished the podcast. I have to go to dinner. They're taking me out to dinner. So I order an Uber. And most of the time when I'm in Dallas and ordering an Uber, like from the airport or, going out with my girlfriends, I usually get Uber Black. But Miami had said, order Uber, but not Black, and we will reimburse you. And so I ordered Comfort, which is still like nice cars and, it's fine, but it's not an Uber share. Like I've never, ever in my life ordered an Uber share. So
Uber share is where you share a ride with a stranger. I've never ordered
that is my understanding, but I have never ordered that before. Okay. And then it's cheaper. So maybe like if you're kind of going in the same direction, the driver can drive 2 or 3 people. Yeah, you can split it. It's not a big deal. I think it's a lovely idea. I've just never done it myself. Okay, so I put in the address for the hotel because I'm going to freshen up my makeup, put my suitcase away. And then it says 43 minutes. And I was like, oh my God, like to go like 7 miles. I didn't realize the traffic in Miami was so bad at like 5 p.m. Like it was so bad. And I was going to an area called Brickell, maybe. Mm-hmm. Is that right? Okay. Yeah. So I look and I'm like, oh, I'm not going to have time to go to the hotel, check in, put my suitcase away, change. And I was like, forget it. I'll just go in my outfit and lug my suitcase into the restaurant. So I changed the address on the Uber, like mid ride, which you're allowed to do. And I verbally confirmed with the driver, sir, I'm changing the address of my destination because I'm going to be late. And he confirmed, no big deal, whatever. Okay, everything's fine. We're at a stoplight on a multi-lane, not highway, but road. And this kid, this like 20-something-year-old kid starts like trying to open my door and it's locked. And he's like, this is my Uber. And I was like, no, sir, it's my Uber. I'm already in it and I'm in the middle of a ride. And he's like, no, it's my Uber. And he shows me my phone and his app says like the driver of my car. And I was like, sir, there must be some sort of glitch. I don't know what to tell you, but just cancel the Uber and like order another one. Like it's not that deep, And he's like, no, this is my Uber. I'm not paying a cancellation fee. And I was like, do it, order another Uber and then text support and they will refund your cancellation fee. Like I am sure of it. Yeah, it's seriously not a big deal. And I was like, and I'm running late, like the reason.
What's the cancellation fee? Like $3.99? Like, guys,
even if it's $5 or $10, like on the back end, once it's done, when you email support, like you'll get it back. Cause I've canceled something before because the driver asked me to cancel and then they like refunded the $5 or $10. Like it's not a big deal.
Okay. Right.
It's not that deep. I'm running late to dinner. I hate being late. Like I hate it. It gives me anxiety. And the University of Miami is inviting me to dinner. They're paying for dinner. The chair of the department is going to be at the dinner and I'm trying not to be late.
You have like the big dogs of the department going to this dinner. Like I too was supposed to go. Sadly, Anthony was sick and I had to stay home, but it was a big, important dinner.
And I got to go and there's traffic and I'm stressed out and I'm giving a talk tomorrow and my slides aren't really done yet. And so this kid, instead of canceling his Uber, which would have been very easy and ordering another one or whatever, tells me that I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, that I must have ordered an Uber share or Uber pool or whatever it's called. And I said, sir, I'm uncomfortable with you being in the car. Like, please just cancel and get another one. Side story, my friend was like assaulted in an Uber by her driver. So I'm just kind of, I don't know. I don't need to make reasons or explain the backstory of why I'm not comfortable having a stranger sit with me in the car. I shouldn't need to explain myself. Anyway, this little boy decides to reach in through the open window of the Uber, unlock the door, and comes and sits next to me. As I'm telling him, please, no, I'm not comfortable. I'm running late to a meeting. Please just cancel and get another Uber. I'm asking you, like, as a favor, like, please just don't come in my car.
And
you know what I mean?
Out wasn't a feasible option at that point because
they're like, oh, if you feel so uncomfortable, your luggage
is in the trunk. Like,
my luggage is in the trunk. We're not at like a corner. We're not at a corner where you can get out. Like, we're on the left lane of like a 3-lane road. And in my Uber video that I posted on my Instagram, you can hear the car behind us honking. So it wasn't like, oh, let me just get out. And they're like, you should get out and order another Uber. I'm like, what? People in the comments is wild. I had to stop reading the comments of this post actually. So basically he gets in and I have no defense, right? Like, I'm 105 pounds. I have no weapons on me. People are like, did you have mace? I'm like, no, I came straight from the airport. Like, how would I have mace on me? You know what I mean? Like, they confiscate.
Like, you can't travel
with that. Yeah. On a bag that I didn't check in because I'm only here for 48 hours. And so anyway, I decided in all my infinite wisdom to tape him and tape the driver. Cause I was like, I have nothing right now. So all I have really is my phone. And I told them, I said, I'm going to film you guys because I'm uncomfortable right now. And my phone syncs with my computer, which my assistant and my husband have my password to get into my iCloud. So if anything happens to me, I have your faces and it's the last photo and video on my computer. You know what I mean? Because I was doing it like for safety. And in the heat of the moment, I didn't know what to do.
I mean, that was very smart of you.
And so I just started filming them. And then I made a TikTok and then the kid denied.
I saw this on your Instagram. I'm going to see if we can link the Instagram video below so you guys can see this crazy interaction. I am so sorry you went through that because that's scary. You know, like
the driver allowed it to happen. The kid denied that he reached in and unlocked the door from the outside, which I have on video. Haha. And Uber support did absolutely nothing. They gave me some AI generated answer, which I also posted on my Instagram that was like,
had you in fact ordered a pool or a shared Uber?
No, Uber did confirm that I ordered a Comfort, which is a private ride. Correct. And we don't know how this happened and we're looking into it. And this was their answer. In the future, we'll make sure that you don't get matched to this driver or this passenger. And I was like, what the hell kind of answer? Your answer don't even make no sense. First of all, I'm not going to get matched to a passenger because I didn't order an Uber pool. And like, that's your solution? We're going to not match you with these people? Like, I was bewildered at their lack of response. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to make a huge fuss out of it. I already posted it on my Instagram or whatever. Like, I'm just simply not going to give this company my money anymore. That's about all I can do, you know?
These rideshare apps or these, you know, Uber apps, Lyfts, whatnot, it's a huge convenience in terms of not having to drive and find parking and all of these things, but they're not without their issues, you know, like, every time I order an Uber, I always double check the license plate and go to the back of the car and make sure that the guy tells me his name before and I compare it to the app, because you always hear these crazy stories of someone that like pretends to be an Uber and picks up someone and then, you know, weird things are happening. So you really have to be careful. And on that note, you mentioned mace, but on my key ring, I have a mini mace and I have an alarm that is like obnoxiously annoying. So that when I'm walking to my car in a parking lot, I always have like my keys at hand and I'm like ready to mace anybody because it's a crazy world that we live in.
No, it's a super crazy world. Like, I have a pepper spray on my keychain too, but I didn't have my keychain with me because I parked it at the airport.
No, if you're in an Uber, most of the time you don't have your car keys, so you don't have that. So what are you doing now in terms of like, if you're going out to dinner, obviously, you know, you're not going to drive or whatnot. Are you using a different app? Or are you just hiring a private driver?
Well, this just happened like a week ago and I haven't gone anywhere. When I land in airports, I always have like a private car service at the airport. But when I'm going from our podcast studio to dinner, like Uber is just so convenient. So I have Lyft. After I posted, so many people told me so many Uber stories in the comments and DM'd me like their horror Uber stories. Like one woman was actually like SA'd by her Uber driver, which I was like, I'm going to try Lyft. I've heard Lyft is much better. And someone recommended Alto, I think, and another one called Black Wolf or something like that their drivers like go through like super security things. So I never actually tried these other smaller known apps, but I think I'm going to, and I'll report back. But also, for those of you listening, if you have safety related questions, we have a special guest coming on next month who is a former CIA and FBI agent and works counterintelligence. And she will be coming on to talk to us about safety tips for ourselves, as well as our children, as well as cybersecurity.
I'm super excited about her.
I'm super excited. I love her so much.
She spoke at the Lead Her Summit that Tiffany organized and I attended last year. And she is such a great speaker. She's a mom. She's young. Like she's so smart. And I'm really excited to interview her next month.
Yeah, so we're going to post on our Instagram, and then underneath that post, you can drop some questions as it relates to personal and cybersecurity. So that's my hot piping tea, is that I am boycotting Uber.
Okay, well, I think in camaraderie, Tiff, I'm going to back you up, and I'm going to try some of these new apps, and I will get back to you if I have any good recommendations or good stories with them. I've heard good things about Alto, so I'm going to check them out next time I need to order an Uber. I don't have any hot tea. Nothing exciting has happened this week, but I do have a new weekly obsession, and it's right on point with today's topic of nutrition. So this year, one of my New Year's resolutions, I'm 40, I'm turning 41 in September. I feel like it's been really difficult to build lean muscle mass as we get older. It's so important that we start weight training. It's good for our bones. It's good for our overall health. So I made it a goal this year to shift the focus to the weight room, doing less cardio, and I'm eating more protein than I've ever eaten in my life. So it's been like a personal goal of mine. And I've been stepping on the scale, and the scale has been going up. Usually when you're working out, you want to see the scale go down. And I was getting a little bit frustrated, so I ordered a body analyzer scale. It's this scale that you stand on. It has 8 different sensors. It's by this brand called Hume. And it not only gives you your weight, but it also gives you your body fat. It gives you your muscle mass. It gives you your basal metabolic rate, like a whole bunch of different parameters. And it's supposed to be like 98% as accurate as like the InBody or some of these more, medical grade analyzers. And I found out that my weight was going up, but my body fat percentage dropped by 1.5%, and my lean muscle mass has gone up by 2 pounds. So even though the scale was going in the wrong direction, physically, and when you do the breakdown, I'm burning fat and I'm building muscle. So I am very happy. So this is my new obsession, this body analyzer.
That's amazing. I need to get that. Does it look like a scale, or does it have those hand pieces that you have to hold?
So it's tiny. It's probably like a standard scale, 12 by 12, but it does have a handle so that you're getting a full body measurement. So it basically sends like this current, and it measures from the hands down to the feet. We're going to put a picture, and we'll see if I can even it comes with an app, and it gives you all the breakdown, and my curves are so impressive because you see the weight going up, but then you see the body fat going down and my muscle mass going up. So it's been super motivating for me to see that like my hard work and my effort is finally paying off. So that is my weekly obsession.
Okay, I'm going to need one of those immediately because I am very numbers oriented, and I feel like if I saw the numbers going in the directions that you are, that would give me the motivation to go to
it makes you want to keep doing what you're doing.
Correct. I need one of those. So yeah, we'll maybe put the link to that product, or do you have a code to share with our listeners or something? Maybe we can drop that.
We'll try to reach out to them and see if we can get a special discount code. I got it on sale, but I'll see if we can get you an additional discount.
Okay, yeah, because I always love a good discount. Mama said never pay full price except at Hermes.
Like a sale.
Okay, so let's jump into nutrition. There are so many diets out there that I literally cannot keep track of them. We have keto, vegan, carnivore, low carb, paleo. People are intermittent fasting. How do we break all of this down? Tell us, out of all the diets that you've tried, what you feel like has worked the best for you.
So as you're naming them, I'm like, tried it. Okay, let's see. I've tried the keto. I've never been outright vegan, but I have tried some of like the more plant-based whole food diets. Like I did Sakara for a couple of weeks. Carnivore, I've never really done that one. I've tried intermittent fasting. I've done the paleo, which is like the hunter-gatherer diet. So I've tried them all. And overall, I find that these diet fads are really hard to stick to, right? Like for me to be consistent with something, it needs to be easily adaptable and implemented into my life. And some of these diets are so strict that if you go to a restaurant, like you can't eat anything off the menu. So in general, I don't count my macros, but I do kind of a macro-based diet in the sense that I try to eat a certain amount of protein. I try to have a certain amount of healthy fats, a certain amount of carbs, and I try to follow that diet like 80% of the time. So I would say that like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday during the day, I'm pretty good with my like, eating healthy and following, my certain diet macros, whatnot. But then Friday night, I'll go out to dinner and I'll have whatever I want. I'll have a cocktail, I'll have a glass of wine. And then Saturday and Sunday, I'm having pizza with the kids or a cheeseburger or whatever. So I would say 80-20 is what I do in terms of like trying to eat healthy and then eating whatever I want.
Okay. And are you still doing intermittent fasting? Like, what was your experience with that like? Because so many people talk about it.
So Anthony's actually been doing intermittent fasting. He has lost like 20 something pounds doing intermittent fasting. For me, I like to work out. Like I said, I've been going to the gym, I've been weight training. And if I'm going to be working out and trying to build muscle, you need to feed the muscle. Your muscle's not going to grow if you are depriving it of the nutrients. And I work out in the morning, so I can't do intermittent fasting. As soon as I'm up, I work out and then I want to eat. So for me, after I work out, I'm hangry. And if I don't eat, I get really, really moody and irritable. So intermittent fasting just isn't for me. I like to like make sure I have a protein heavy breakfast. I like my lunch and I like my dinner. It's not for me, but it's worked really well for Anthony. He's doing like 14-hour fasts.
And he's working out and intermittent fasting?
He's not a workouter.
Oh, he's not a worker-outer?
He's not a worker-outer.
Put his ass on that the Hume scale.
He's not a worker. It's funny because this is the conversation we have in our house. I'm like, honey, don't you feel like you're depriving your body of like the right nutrients? Like, yeah, you're losing weight, but I'm pretty sure you're losing muscle mass too. Like, there is such thing as skinny fat. It's like a thing.
Oh no, I'm skinny fat.
Like your weight, like a low weight doesn't necessarily correlate to like a healthy lifestyle. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. Like I'm not following a diet trend. I'm not doing intermittent fasting. I'm really just trying to like eat a well-balanced diet that's protein heavy because I'm trying to build muscle mass and like avoiding things that come in a package. If that makes sense.
Yes, please. If something has a shelf life of like a year or more, do you think that's good for you? Like common sense, you know what I mean? My husband, and this is, one of the things that I'm not going to die on this hill. He loves Spam. Do y'all know what Spam is? It is meat, if you can even call it meat, that comes in a can. And if you flip it over, the expiration date is like 2031. Like, y'all, I might not be alive in 2031.
That's like apocalypse food. That's like the stuff that they like eat in the apocalypse that the zombies come, and it like lasts for thousands of years.
To my dog. My dogs are on this like, I don't know, raw dog diet that gets shipped to my house. That's like $100.
We do farmer's dog.
Yes, farmer's dog. And they ship it and my dogs love it. I mean, my dogs would also eat something else too, right? They're not picky, but I think this is what's best for my dogs. So I wouldn't even feed my dogs Spam, but my husband loves it. And now my kids love it because he's the chef of our family. Like I don't cook. and he makes Spam fried rice, which is like now they're a comfort food. It's like an Asian thing. You know, you take the leftover rice from yesterday's pot and make it for breakfast, put a little egg, you know, some sesame oil, and then chop up some Spam and put it in there. And that's today's breakfast. And my kids love it. And I'm like, you have got to stop feeding our children Spam. But where I was going with this is I think it would be lovely and helpful if you would share with us what a typical workday meal plan looks like for you. Like, you work out, what do you have for breakfast? What do you have for lunch? What do you have for dinner? And give us some ideas of like high protein, high fiber, nutrient dense foods. Because for me, like, I want to eat healthy. It's just that 6 a.m. when I'm trying to slap on some tinted moisturizer and get out to the OR, like, I'm like, should I have some scrambled eggs or should I just eat this bar? I'm so bad. I eat so many meals in the form of bars, you guys, because it's quick and it's on the go and I can shove it in my face while I'm driving to the hospital. It's so what are some things where we can like set ourselves up for success throughout the work week instead of just like reaching for the nearest bad thing?
So for me, like, you're going to cook dinner, right? You're going to have dinner at night with your family anyways. I always make sure that I make whatever I'm making for dinner, I make extra so that there's always leftovers, so that whatever I have for dinner is what I'm taking to work the next day. And then I usually start my weekly meal prep on Sundays. So on Sundays, I'll maybe boil, 6 eggs, or I'll make like a big batch of like a scramble with veggies or whatnot. And then that'll kind of like last me at least Monday and Tuesday. So I'm always a couple days ahead so that I don't miss a day. So for example, I'll work out in the morning and then I'll go into my kitchen and I'll make a quick protein shake. And that'll usually have some Greek yogurt. I'll throw some berries, maybe a little scoop of a nut butter, and then a protein powder. I'm always very cautious with which protein powders I use. Right now I'm using Truvani, but a lot of them have like a long list of weird things you can't pronounce. If there's a bunch of stuff in it that you can't read, it's a bad protein.
So are we doing whey protein or plant-based protein? That's another question.
So Truvani is plant-based, but sometimes I'll incorporate a whey protein too, but I do like how clean the ingredient list is. There's not a bunch of weird things, not a bunch of gums and filler stuff. So I'll do a nice protein shake because that's easy and I'm automatically getting like 20 grams of protein in right off the rip. Then I'll go to work. I'll start my cases. When I have my morning break, I'll usually have my breakfast, which usually involves at least 3 eggs. Guys, if you think having one hard-boiled egg is having protein, it's not enough protein. Like, one egg has, I think it's like 6 grams of protein. So you really need at least 3 to get you close to, a decent number of protein. So I'll have my eggs. Usually I'll do that with like some sort of like a turkey or chicken apple sausage. So I get some extra protein, and I'm super into sourdough bread right now. It's really good for the gut, all the natural bacteria. So I'll usually have like 1 slice of sourdough bread. So I get some carbs, I get my protein, I get a little bit of fat, maybe some avocado. And then for lunch, I have whatever protein I made the night before, whether it's chicken thighs, pork chops, whatnot, usually with some veggies and some sauteed potatoes or whatnot. And then dinners, whatever we're making that night. Sometimes I do steak, chicken. We always have like a big protein dish. And then I'm Latina, so we have some beans, black beans, red beans, lentils, whatever. And then some rice.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty good. For me in the morning, I've added protein to my coffee. So I think a scoop of my protein is maybe like 12 or 15 grams of protein into my coffee. And I do almond milk. And then I don't really usually eat until maybe about 9 or 10 a.m. when I have that first break in between my cases. But sometimes I'm just not hungry. I when I don't work out, which I have not been working out lately, I just feel like I'm not hungry, and then I kind of just don't eat, which probably isn't healthy either. But
you got to find something, Tiff, because even if you're not like starving, something small that's still going to give you like nutrients. Because what happens is you're not going to eat, you're going to start another case, and then it's going to be 2:00 and you haven't really eaten anything, So you kind of want to keep your metabolism going, especially if you're trying to work out and build muscle. So have a Greek yogurt. Has depending on your brand, you can have anywhere from like 12 to 20 grams in a cup with a little bit of granola, and you're getting some protein, you're getting a little bit of fat. That way you've got something in your system in case your day gets complicated and you're not eating again till 2.
No, that's a really good point. And I think I'm gonna just boil a bunch of eggs on Sunday and just put them in like little baggies. Do you eat the
If you
yolk
can
when you eat?
find eggs.
Oh, they're like, well, now I
Girl.
have another sad story, which is that I used to have a pet chicken named
Oh, no, I'm
Lucy, and
sorry.
she laid eggs almost in the wintertime, maybe an egg every other day. But in the summertime, when the days are long, she dropped an egg every day. And I'm kind of like, it's kind of amazing, like that this chicken like lays an egg every single day. Seems a lot of work, right? like, but Lucy, sadly, was taken by a bobcat while she was free ranging in the backyard. So I now no longer have a pet chicken. And these, like, I always buy organic pasture raised eggs. That's like the one where the chicken isn't like in a box. I don't know if you've seen.
Correct.
Don't
Yes.
don't watch those Netflix specials about food because it like
No,
made
you'll
me
never eat anything.
I know. I watched one on the airplane and then I like didn't eat for a week. So I always buy pasture raised organic eggs, and girl, it's like $12 a dozen.
$12. I think they're up to like $20 because this avian flu is like killing off the birds. The chickens aren't laying eggs, so now you're paying a premium for eggs if you can find them.
Okay, so when you eat your hard boiled eggs, are you eating the yolk or not?
I'm eating all of it, all of the yolk, all of the egg whites. I think for a long time, people were like concerned about eating the yolk because they thought it was contributing to high cholesterol. But that's kind of been debunked over the years now that it's not really correlated. So I eat it all of the eggs. Give me the good stuff.
Okay, yeah. And like when I make an omelet, like on the weekends, I use fresh eggs. I don't buy the thing that comes in a milk carton looking thing.
The same.
It doesn't taste the same. And I don't know. I'm kind of wondering, I'm like, where did the yolks go? Like, I hope they didn't just throw them away because that's where all the nutrients are. I mean, that's where if there's a baby chick, it comes from the yolk, that's nutrient dense. And I think it doesn't really affect your cholesterol levels unless you're eating like a ton of, other stuff that has cholesterol too.
What's one nutrition belief that you used to think was accurate, but you've totally ditched it now that you're older and wiser?
I think that fat is bad. That is a myth that needs to go away. I think, remember when things would say like fat free?
Oh, yeah.
And that was like supposed to
like
be good for you. Yeah. And I went to medical school. You went to medical school. I do not remember learning jack about nutrition or food labels. Nothing. I could probably like draw you the Krebs cycle, yet I know nothing about macros and proper nutrition. And I think that is a great disservice to medical professionals. I think someone, with a pay grade higher than mine needs to revamp the medical school curriculum to include a block on nutrition and healthy eating and longevity and not just like dealing with pathophysiology.
So many of, I think, the health problems of America now, if you can be linked to poor diet and poor nutrition. And I think it's something that we have to do a better job of teaching our medical professionals so that they can teach their patients, but also implementing this into like the basic school curriculum so that we're raising our children to be understanding and aware of nutrition so that they can make better decisions for their life. But for me, something that I used to think was like calorie counting, right? Like, oh, if you're under X amount of calories, that's all that matters. But I don't think all calories are created equal now. Like you can have 1,500 calories of crap, or you can have 1,500 calories of good nutrient dense food. So I don't think that calorie counting in and of itself is a good eating habit. I think you need to be conscious of what type of calories you're having, not just the number.
Yeah, because you can eat a
want to have
bunch of
7,000 calories of like protein.
crap.
So it's not just the calorie number, it's also the calorie type.
And don't count calories, you guys.
Count calories, guys.
It's, I mean, how exhausting. Like I tried it for a while. I had this app and I would eat like half an orange and I'd like log it. And then
I remember this app. What was it called?
My Fitness Pal.
My Fitness Pal. And you were like, I had half of an apple. I had 12 nuts.
Yeah. And then, we'd go out for lunch and I'd eat a bowl of pho, and I'm like, pho, like how many ounces of, like, I don't know. It didn't do any good. Like, look at the way way you feel. Look at how your jeans fit, because y'all, jeans do not lie. Like scrubs lie and stretchy yoga pants lie, but when I put on my jeans, those do not lie. And look at your body composition, you know, because truth be told, I've just had so many projects lately that working out fell off of my list. And that's actually something that I'm working on right now. But if your, you know, numbers are not going the right way, or you're starving yourself or taking a GLP-1 and the scale is going down, also know that you're probably losing muscle mass too, and not just fat. So I think we need to have a more holistic approach to eating and health and wellness, and don't follow any of these crazy ass diets, because at the end it's unsustainable. It's not fun. You can't go to a restaurant and just order something. And like Nicole said, try to do an 80-20, like be good 80% of the time, and then 20% of the time, like live life a little, right?
Yeah, like you don't want to be that person on vacation in another country and be like, oh, I can't enjoy this food because I'm on this type of diet, or I can't enjoy this because I don't know how many calories are in it or what the macros are. Like you've got one life to live and you want to be healthy, but you also want to enjoy your life. And we need to stop like taking advice from like, I don't know, TikTok or social media or whatnot, because not everyone is going to react the same way to the same type of diet. Like I said, Anthony's been doing intermittent fasting. He's not as physically active as I am. That works for him. He's seeing results. He feels good. He's losing weight. When I did intermittent fasting, I was hangry, I was irritable, and I wasn't putting on lean muscle mass. So it's not a one size fits all kind of thing. You have to like really listen to your body. And like Tiff said, it's like a holistic approach. See how you feel, see how your clothes is fitting, see what your muscle mass is doing, and like see what feels good for you. If you're not feeling good on a diet, it's time to end that diet.
Yes, for sure. And I have 2 book recommendations because I love books, and this isn't like any sort of kickback, anything. Outlive by Peter Attia. It is a freaking encyclopedia. It is so long, but you don't have to read it from beginning to end. It's not a novel. So you can just pick the chapters that you are interested in. A very good book. And then Good Energy by Casey Means and her brother, they co-wrote it. It's such a good book. And she actually has recipes in the back.
Oh, I love
so
that.
if anyone is interested, I would highly recommend checking out those 2 books. Yeah.
Okay. Is there any food that you can't imagine living without?
Oh my gosh, there's so many. The healthy ones. I mean, I love eggs. I love eggs in like every shape, form, like scrambled, sunny side up, like omelet. Like I could go Forrest Gump on you with all the different ways that you can cook eggs. There's this Asian thing called a steamed egg omelet. So you mix the egg with water, add a little soy sauce, and then you steam it. It's sort of like a custard, like a flan. Yeah, I love eggs. I also love avocados, which is a really good fat. I mean, I will cut an avocado in half, take the knife and like karate chop out the pit in the middle, and then literally get a spoon and just eat half an avocado, like while holding it like this. That is so good to me. And I love avocados.
And the combo of avocado and egg together, like a good like avocado toast with like a poached egg on top where like the yolk is runny.
On
sourdough.
Sourdough. I love sourdough. It's my favorite bread.
So
and I don't know why my kids, I guess they must have seen it on TV or whatever, but Maddie always runs around and she goes, avocados from Mexico. Like she always sings that jingle. And I'm like, hey, can we get some sponsor? Can I get some avocados?
No, I agree. Eggs is definitely up there. And you know what I love? I love a good like tuna salad. Like, you know, the tuna out of the can, I buy one that's like low in mercury, but I love like a good tuna salad with some chopped onions, some chopped celery, even if you add a little chopped egg.
And some capers.
I like me a good tuna salad. That's an easy meal prep too. You can make a big batch of like a tuna salad or an egg salad, and then that's high in protein. You can put good healthy fats in there, and you can eat it with some crackers, eat it with some chips, some pretzels, sourdough bread, eat it on the go. I mean, it smells a little bit, but
see, that's the thing. Like I'm very averse to bringing smelly foods because I have to eat in the physician's lounge and I don't like want it to smell like tuna. And then
but you know what? Everyone else brings their stinky food, so toughen up, Buttercup. Like, it doesn't matter. You're not going to be the only one smelling up the place. So whatever. Sorry.
You should make a social media post about your tuna salad recipe, because I would love like a good tuna salad recipe. You could become the Bethany Frankel of tuna salad. Because isn't Bethany Frankel's thing like chicken salad? I don't know. It's like her obsession. Is that what she
did? I know she did like a City Girl cocktail. I didn't know she had a chicken salad recipe.
A thing. There's something with Bethany and chicken salad. So I want you to post and make your tuna salad recipe, because I want to try that.
Okay. Noted and done. Do you ever feel guilty about eating anything? Like, does that ever like cross your mind? And if you do, like, what do you do about it?
You know what? This is an excellent question. And when I turned 40, decided that I would not feel guilty about most things in life anymore. I'm going to a conference that my friend is hosting in Hawaii. I will be gone for 4 nights. I will not feel guilty about it, being away from my children for 4 nights. Everything is set up for them, all their extracurriculars, the nanny's all over it. I will have a piece of chocolate cake. On Valentine's Day, we went out to dinner. I had a piece of chocolate cake. I will not feel guilty about it. Saturday night, I'm probably going to have 2 margaritas. Like, I just decided that the guilt no longer serves me. And I'm a grown-ass woman and I can make decisions. And I know that like eating a slice of chocolate cake is quote unquote not good for me, but it made me happy. It was delicious.
You wanted to eat it.
Yeah. I think when you like, it's really just a mindset thing. Like, decide to eliminate guilt as one of the predominant feelings of life. It's so freeing, because, you know, up until like my late 30s, I had so much guilt. Like, if I declined an invitation to my friend's birthday party, I felt so guilty. Or if a charity asked me to do something and I couldn't do it, I felt so guilty. Or if I took a girls' weekend to Napa and I didn't spend that weekend with my kids, I felt guilty.
Healthy feeling. It doesn't do anything good for you, right? Correct. And it doesn't change the behavior that already happened. So what is the purpose of it, really? You know, like it's not adding benefit to your life in any way, shape, or form. And I think when people feel like guilty about eating something, it's probably time to reevaluate your relationship with food, because that's not a healthy feeling, right? Like, in general, if you are 80-20 doing the best and trying to eat healthy and make good decisions, it's okay. Nothing's going to happen because you had that piece of cake. Like, you should be able to enjoy it. I went out. It was Valentine's Day. I enjoyed it with my husband. The end. Let it go. Monday, you'll start again healthy eating, you know? I really don't have that problem. I don't feel guilty about food. But sometimes when I feel like I overdo it, my body will tell me, like, girl, you ate too much and you shouldn't have. Like, Carbone. It's like an Italian restaurant. They have one in New York. I think they've got one in Vegas. They have one in Miami. And they make
No, we have one.
You have one in Dallas too? So they make a spicy rigatoni that I absolutely
love. That's spicy with that. It's the big pasta with the noodles in the middle.
It's so good.
Why is that like crack?
It's amazing. And then they have like a fried veal parm that's also really good.
Oh my God. And it's ginormous. It's this big.
But we like to have a bottle of red wine. I like to eat my veal parm, and I like the spicy rigatoni. But as sure as shit smells, as soon as I get home and I lay down, I have reflux like up to here. Like, it is so bad from the tomato sauce and the spice and the red wine. Every single time I eat there, I tell Anthony, I'm never eating here again. It's like, I feel so bad afterwards, but it is so good that I still go every like once a month we go, because I enjoy it while I'm there. And you know what? It's worth the reflux for a few hours afterwards. Like, you gotta live.
Can we talk about reflux for a minute? Because I had such bad reflux when I was pregnant, right? Because my lower esophageal sphincters got a little bit of pressure on it from incubating 2 babies. But now I have reflux and I am not pregnant. And okay, my husband is Korean, and in his culture, like, the food is spicy. Like, all our side dishes are spicy. And I love like a spicy Korean stew. We call it kimchi jjigae. It's made with kimchi, which is a fermented cabbage. And I just love the spice. Girl, my reflux is out of control. I'm over here taking all the PPIs. I have a bottle of Tums. I'm just like chewing Tums like candies. Like, what is it about getting old and having reflux? I didn't used to have this when I ate spicy foods.
I never had reflux either. It definitely started after pregnancy. And it's gotten worse as I've gotten older. So I don't know if there's like a link between like aging and maybe loss of collagen. The sphincter kind of relaxes a little bit. I don't know. Is my sphincter doing the same thing as my face? I'm not sure, but stuff is coming up more often than it should. So I feel you, the Pepsid is on my nightstand often nowadays. Welcome to the fourth floor, girl. This is
Y'all,
40.
we really are making the 40s sound great, aren't we? The loss of collagen, our sphincters are loose. I mean, it's wild, y'all. Next episode, we're going to talk about vaginal rejuvenation. I don't know.
But you know what? That's the beauty of this podcast, guys. We're going to keep it real. If you're in your 40s and you're having reflux, you are not alone. So are Tiff and I. We're going to give it to you. Give it to you real, whether for good, the bad.
We're giving it to you straight, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. I think that's all we have for today. We hope you had as much fun listening as we did, spilling the tea and talking all things nutrition and health. We would love it if you guys would follow us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or wherever you're listening. Leave us a review. Let us know what other topics you want us to talk about in the future.
Yeah, guys. And remember, life is short. Enjoy it. Try the 80-20 rule. Try not to like drive yourself crazy counting calories or sticking to a fad diet. Just try to make healthy choices most of the time. We'll catch you next week. Bye.
Bye, guys.